It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, TGIF to you. It's a Friday edition. As you can see, I've got on all of my colors this morning in tribute to the 242. And of course, this represents Stevie Gardner's 400-meter gold. And what we hope to be will be another gold coming this morning, God's willing, with Shawnee Miller in the 400 meters final star. We know you're not here this morning, but I know you are still celebrating as you did 4 years ago in Brazil. Listen, we've got another great show lined up for you. We are celebrating our 2000th edition of the show this morning. And to celebrate with us, we have the women from Comfort Suites. They're going to talk about their sizzling summer sale and everything else that is going on with them. We'd also like to announce the upcoming Eleuthera Business Outlook that will be held on August 12th. And of course, to register for this virtual conference, please go to tclevents.com or call 322-1000. Listen, I want to give special birthday shout outs this morning to Stan Charlton, Yvette Bethel, I'm not going to say ages, Gavin Christie, and my lady all the way over there in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Arthur Rain Turnquist. Hoping you guys have a wonderful day today. Listen, we have all of this and more, but right now we'd like to slow things down just a little bit and take a solemn moment to remember our friend and colleague, Robert Elliott Johnson, who passed away recently. The Bahamas, as we all know, is a multi-jeweled place that engenders brilliance. Now and again, our schools will polish such gems into genius. One such academy was the Government High School, and one such genius was Robert Elliott Johnson. A Bahamian boy, Africa descended, Fox Hill grown from roots of poverty. If we go by the world's text, he was destined for the lower rungs of life's ladder. Yet he continued to astound at the University of the West Indies. Yet, by dint of his own inner fires, he burned bright to become poet and writer extraordinaire of razor-edged intellect and brash, vibrating arm, who spun the road, a collection of dazzling metaphor and rhyme. With equal wit, he crafted incisive prose for leaders. Although his road took a detour down a dark, perilous path, he resurfaced time and again to share with the Consulars Limited his cleverness as a PR strategist and great salesman. Undaunted by declining health, he rose day after day to bless his friends and colleagues with the fruits of his generous heart and timeless humor. Death attempted a coup, but his sterling spirit escaped to build monuments of grateful memories in all of our hearts. To Esmeralda, Mary, John, Stephen, and the entire family, our sincerest condolences on behalf of the Consulars Limited and of course, my own family, to our friend and our colleague, Robert Elliott Johnson. He'll be sorely missed. We have much more to come, but hey, let's take a first look with weather at sunrise with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Phil, and good morning, Bahamas. In your first look at weather sunrise, ridge of high pressure is to dominate the feature across the islands, while weakening upper level trough will support a few showers and isolated thunderstorms over the extreme northwest Bahamas, Grand Bahama, Abaco, Bimini today. Lovely day still weather-wise, partly sunny, hot and humid. Yes, there's a chance of a few afternoon showers or possible thunderstorms popping up. High temperature 91, heat index 104. Tonight, another warm and muggy one, and there's a chance of a few late night, early morning passing showers. The low temperature going down to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And some brief highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 83 and 80. In Jamaica, 87 and 73. In Trinidad, 83 and 77. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 91 and 76. Across North America, Atlanta, 83 and 69. In Raleigh, 85 and 66. In Miami, 91 and 78. Dallas, Texas, 89 and 74. And Toronto, Canada, 78 and 67. As for the weekend, high pressure continues to be the dominant feature. So lots of sunshine, hot and humid, and there's a chance of a few showers and thunderstorms by afternoon. The low temperature daytime will be in the low 90s, heat index in the triple digits, and at nighttime in the mid to upper 70s. That puts you up when you first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. With us this morning, we have Yasmin Mills-Strawn, Director of Sales, Leslie Taylor, Director of Revenue, and Lakeisha Penemy, Senior Sales Manager. And of course, you know where they're from, Comfort Suites, and it's summertime. Listen, it's the sizzling summer sale. Everything good, everything wonderful at Comfort Suites. Ladies, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Good morning. Listen, I always smile every time I see the three of you together because I know big things are always happening. But let's talk about it, right? You guys are always doing wonderful things over there at Comfort Suites, and you have a sizzling summer sale, correct?
We do. We have this amazing sizzling summer sale for our locals, which will mark our 30th year anniversary. So this sale is from now until the end of summer, August 31st. It's 128 plus taxes and fees for single double occupancy. So we want to encourage all of our local residents, those that don't really want to travel, just want to do the staycation, this is the spot. So, you know, you know, with all of our featured amenities, of course, is the free access to Atlantis Aquaventure, free hot daily breakfast, a la carte breakfast. We also have the free Wi-Fi, the free parking, which really benefits kids stay, play, eat free. So pretty much come here to Comfort Suites Paradise Island and play at Atlantis Aquaventure.
Yeah, well, I tell you, you had me at a la carte, and you definitely saw me with all of the free parking. Listen, so 30 years, I mean, that's a long time of just doing what you do in excellence. I mean, I can see you guys already behind the desk first thing this morning. The last year or so has just been an adventure to put it in its simplest terms. We're still in the midst of COVID. We're still you know, having these protocols, but you know, what is the policy regarding vaccinated guests, vaccinations, testing?
All right. So due to the COVID-19, there are so much different policies as you stated, but if you're fully vaccinated, we will require our guests just to provide their vaccination card upon check into the hotel. For those of us who may be afraid of the vaccination, we just required a rapid antigen test, no older than 5 days of check-in, and that would be able to cover those who are not fully vaccinated. Okay,
all right. And is the testing, you can have a test from anywhere, obviously?
Correct. You can, once it's a certified medical facility, we'll be able to accept it. And with that, you're able to get another free benefit of our rapid antigen test credit. So for example, if there are 2 persons, you get up to $30 off your final bill. And it's up to 4 persons, you can get $60 off.
All right. So Yasmin, for those persons, I don't even know who that would be, who has never been to Comfort Suites, what can they expect?
For the person that's never been to Comfort Suites, you can expect an all Bahamian managed property. You can expect a property that has staff members that have been with the company since day one. We have team members with our engineering, our housekeeping, and our food and beverage teams that have celebrated 30 years along with the property. We've had the same consistent ownership for the last 30 years of operations. And we have the best kept secret on Paradise Island, our Crusoe's restaurant. So you can expect a daily operation, a restaurant that's open daily with daily specials, drink specials, food specials each day, open for lunch and dinner between 12 and 4:30, and then 5:30 and 9 for lunch and dinner. We offer indoor and outdoor dining. And of course, we are open to the public, not just our hotel guests. So for anyone that's never been, come on out and check out our Crusoe's restaurant.
Well, I mean, let's talk a little bit more about Crusoe's. I always love to hear these specials. Yeah, tell us about them.
Well, we're just coming off of July, so you're just slightly behind all of those tantalizing $30.30 specials. We had a daily special of $30.30 to celebrate our 30th. These included all your Bahamian fun favorites, your steamed conch, your curried shrimp, your fried snapper. So all of these were specials in July. And then of course, we want to add in our signature items like Crusoe's is really known for, the conchiest comforters on Paradise Island. Then our signature entrees, we have our herb crusted rack of lamb. We have grouper, authentic Bahamian grouper. Not the maybe it's grouper, but authentic Bahamian grouper. Our signature dessert, the guava brioche bread pudding. So it's definitely something you have to come out and experience.
Yeah, listen, I know it's early, but we could do that right now.
Right now.
Leslie, so 30 years, I mean, it's so good to hear about the consistency and the quality and the excellence and the standards. What has been your experience, and what do you say has really separated Comfort Suites from its competition?
Well, I would say the main thing that has separated us is just that we don't focus on just our international market. Our local market is extremely important to us as well. We love our Bahamians. We are Bahamians for our Bahamians. So we encourage our Bahamians to step out of their box, try something new, come on over. It's not too far from home, but it's far enough. Come and enjoy our amenities and just enjoy the hotel itself.
Yeah. Lakeisha, we are just about done with summer. We got probably another month and a half or so. I'm pretty sure people are making plans. What can we expect for the remaining summer period? And then what's next for Comfort Suites?
Well, what's up next is a top secret. You have to stay tuned and lock and loaded to our social media page. So we have our Crusoe's restaurant on our
But one of you can kind of jump in there. She's so excited. Yeah. She hopped off.
Yasmin and I will finish that off, but she was speaking about our Crusoe's restaurant. So come on down, enjoy all of the food. We also have daily happy hour from 4 to 6 at our Splash Bar. So not only you can come to Crusoe's restaurant and eat, but if you want to just grab something light, finger foods, nachos, burgers, come on down to the Splash Bar and enjoy that as well.
Yeah, and don't forget to get tested, of course.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We're committed to your safety.
Yeah, no doubt. So, Yasmin, as we wrap up this segment, how can anybody who's interested in all of this good stuff that's happening over there get more information?
Okay, so we're on Facebook and Instagram, Comfort Suites local residence page. Our phone contacts 363-3680, also 363-3180. And we're live on WhatsApp for our Bahamian public. Our contact is 55-SUITE, that's SUITE, or make it easier, 557-8483.
All right, well, there you have it. Yasmin Mills-Strong, Director of Sales, Leslie Taylor, Director of Revenue, and Lakeisha Benedict,
Keisha.
Senior Sales Manager. Ladies, thank you so much for always
Thank
being here on Bahamas to Sunrise. Looking forward to joining you soon. I have to do it. There she is.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
watching. You're welcome. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. After this commercial break, Star will actually be joining us.
First, it's more than just our name, more than just our achievements. It's our nature, and it's where we put our customers. At Bahamas First, we've refreshed our look, but our nature remains the same. We design insurance solutions that protect our customers from life's uncertainties, whatever they may be. We equip you for the future so that you can recover stronger. Bahamas First, what's first for you comes first for us.
The sports we play depend on the health we build. So let's stay healthy. Wear a mask and practice social distancing and hand washing to protect yourself and others. Remember, COVID-19 is not a game.
A public service message from the Bahamas Olympic Committee.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Since 1954, traditional Bahamian sloops have competed in Georgetown at the National Family Island Regatta. However, for the past 2 years, the event has been canceled due to the COVID pandemic. Today we're going to talk about this with Danny Strawn. He's the chairman and regatta race commodore. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, Mr. Commodore.
Good morning. I'm happy to be here with you.
A pleasure to have you with us. You know, you are the man. The Exuma Regatta is legendary, and you've certainly been leading it for many years. Let's just kind of talk about what's been happening for the past 2 years. How disappointing is it not being able to have the event for 2 years in a row?
Well, extremely disappointing because the regatta means so much to this community, not only this community, but the whole entire world, because it has an international flavor and following. Mm-hmm. And many persons, when it was first canceled in 2020, they were still calling and wondering, why can't you just postpone it and not cancel it completely? Right. But we had no other choice, mm-hmm. because the health of our country was more important. And so we decided to work with the government, and it had to be canceled. And then again, of course, it was canceled again this year, yes. Strictly due to this menace, COVID-19. Because, as I said, Anastasia, the regatta means so much to this community, and from a financial standpoint, because we have several $1 million, passed through this economy whenever the regatta is being held.
Wow. So, Mr. Strawn, you mentioned that millions of dollars lost to the Exuma economy. About how many vendors and participants would have been affected by this?
Well, in terms of the regatta site itself, we have about 40 vendors.
Okay.
Who normally be at the site every year.
Mm-hmm.
That money that I referred to meant funding, through hotels, car rentals, apartments being rented by people. There's actually no room at the inn during the week of regatta. Mm-hmm. And actually you can't find a rental car to rent. And so all of those businesses are affected by that. The grocery stores, the restaurants, everybody, is affected. And so that has had a tremendous impact on the local economy.
So, I think about that, and I think I've heard someone say before, whether it was this regatta or another in the Family Islands, that some people look forward to this all year. Like, it is the one time that they make enough money to be able to carry them and sustain them. They budget it to last until the next regatta again.
Right. That is this regatta.
Yeah.
It's the national, because during that event we have like about 76 boat sailing. So it's the national event.
Wow.
It's the national sloop sailing event of the Bahamas. And that's why it's, it's so popular and it's so big. Mm-hmm. And we have thousands of persons coming in and out during that week.
So, given that, what has the community been doing? Is there any way at all to stage this event in a way that's COVID safe?
It would have been very difficult. I mean, we could have done the sailing out there on the waters, which was fine. But in terms of the onshore activities, the regatta site, that was not possible because you can't have thousands of people congregating, which will probably lead to the spread of the COVID-19.
Okay.
And so from that standpoint, it has to be canceled because of that reason.
So have boats been able to race elsewhere? Has there been anything else done to accommodate at least those sailing?
Well, there were, when COVID came in, there were no regattas, throughout the country. But after the pandemic let up a little bit, I think the government eased the restriction a little bit. And so what the Exumian boat owners are doing here on the island of Exuma and the Exuma Keys, they were just having friendly competition among themselves. But no regatta in the true sense of the word regatta. No vendors around. So they were in fact, sailing among themselves just to keep, the spirit alive and, the rivalry and, and the competition among themselves.
Okay.
So that's what they've been doing. And they've been doing it here on the mainland, and they've been doing it in Black Point. Now, I haven't heard of any other island where that is being, being done or taking place.
Okay. In terms of the future of it all, what would it take for the regatta to come back as we know it? Would the virus have to be totally gone, or what do you think?
I think if we follow, the science and the health, protocols and what they tell us, there might be a possibility that, the regatta could be held. And when I say the regatta itself, I'm just not talking about the sailing aspect of it. I'm talking about also the onshore activities. Because during the onshore activities, you have thousands of people in the regatta village. And so, you don't want to contribute to the spread itself. But I do think if the country reached that level of herd immunity, we probably can have it without any difficulty.
So the regatta is one thing. But when we think about your passion for sailing, your passion to keep this going after all these years, what do you hope to see sailing become for the nation? What would you like to see young people do with sailing? When you think about the future of sailing itself, what does that mean for you?
It means that, sailing, of course, is a way of life, for us here in the country. And I think the government has mentioned that they would make sailing the national sport of the country.
Okay.
And I think that is good from the standpoint because we can get the young people involved. And that will be the sustainability for the event to continue for future generations. So my goal is to do as much as I can and put the regatta, the National Family Regatta, on a sustainable path for future generations. That means we have a junior program that is run by Dallas Knowles, and we're training the young sailors who is going to replace the older sailors. And that has been very effective. So we're moving in that direction. Of course, in any endeavor, whether it's business or sporting, you must have new blood.
Right.
And new blood starts with the young people. Because if you continue something, you must always have new blood, new generation of leaders, taking over the event.
Indeed, indeed. Well, we want to thank you so much for joining us today, Comrade Ostron. It's been a pleasure to speak with you. You can hear your passion for what it is that you do. And, I hope that sooner rather than later we'll get to the place where we can be back on the regatta site and just having a good time at what is, many say, the best regatta in the Bahamas.
Yes, it is. It's a national event. It's a national treasure. And I think that name was a result of not just Bahamians loving it, but people from all over the world, want to come here and see the event. This time, every year around January or February, people are calling from Europe, Canada, and United States, wanting to know what time, the regatta is going to be, the dates, etc. So it has an international following, and I think it has brought thousands of visitors here to our country. And so really, that's why the Ministry of Tourism should continue to support us and fund us to keep this going. Because not just for domestic tourism, but it also have international tourists coming in for the event.
Excellent, excellent. Congratulations to you and your team, and thanks again for joining us this morning.
And thank you for this opportunity just to talk about the regatta and talk about the future of it. I think it has a glowing future, you know, and I think the sports will survive, you know, for future generations to enjoy.
Awesome. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
The Bahamas and the world has been waging the war against COVID-19 for over a year now. In that time, much of our daily life has been irreversibly changed by lockdowns, job losses, and deaths in our families. As facial masking, hand sanitizing, and social distancing have become the new norm, the team at Doctors Hospital applauds the Bahamian public for doing your part to control and contain the spread of the COVID-19 virus. It is time to take the fight a step further. With the COVID-19 vaccine now available, we encourage Bahamians to continue the fight and do your part in getting vaccinated. Please continue to be vigilant, wear a mask, and social distance. For more information on the COVID-19 vaccine, visit www.doctorshosp.com. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Our world has changed. Many businesses have been closed for months with little or no access to their customers until now. Rev Media can help you remain connected to your customers. Our trusted customized advertising packages and personalized consultants will provide your business with immeasurable support during this challenging time. Your customers are already watching. Rev Media can help you to remain connected. Call us today. Let us help you.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We trust you've been enjoying this TGI edition. And of course, we hope that you've been enjoying the show thus far. We've got a lot more to come in our second half. But before we get there, let me wish Marika Williams from Nachico a very happy birthday, coming in from your friends and family. And of course, the star of this show, who I'm missing tremendously this morning. But as you got to see in the last segment, she is thoroughly enjoying Exuma. Certainly, I a little bit jealous, but anyway, coming up in our second half, we'll have an interview with Thomas Sands, who will be talking about the Eleuthera business outlook, and then we'll finish our show with a golfing segment. So lots more to come here on Bahamas at Sunrise. But before we get to any of that, Godfrey Burnside with our second look with weather at sunrise.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Phil, and good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather at sunrise, tropical weather outlook, we're monitoring two systems. We have a large area of showers and thunderstorms a few hundred miles south to southeast of the Cabo Verde Islands, associated with a tropical wave. Conditions are conducive for gradual development. A tropical depression is likely to form over the weekend or early next week of the system. It has a 7% chance of development over the next 5 days. And then we walk in the tropical wave over the central Atlantic, producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms. This system has a 20% chance of development over the next 5 days. Elsewhere, tropical storm formation expected during the next 5 days. On the local scene, ridge of high pressure is the dominant weather feature across the islands, while a weakening upper level trough will support a few showers, isolated thunderstorms, particularly of Grand Bahama, Abaco, Bimini today. In your marine forecast, winds blowing east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet on northwest Bahamas, 15 knots, sea 2 to 5 feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Saturday, they continue east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet northwest Bahamas, 15 knots, sea 2 to 5 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Then on Sunday, they continue east to southeast at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 feet of northwest Bahamas, 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Yet tide. Currently have a high tide at 6:57 this morning. Next low tide will be at 12:59 this afternoon. High again this evening at 7:26. Sunset 7:49 this evening. Rises on 6:40. UV index 9. Your water temperature 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And the moon phase now moving towards the new moon. Your extended look, lovely weekend still weather-wise, lots of sunshine, hot and humid conditions. Those chances of a shower thunderstorm by afternoon. Temperature daytime will be in the lower 90s. At nighttime, in the mid to upper 70s. That's what you're offering your fun. Look at weather at sunrise. I'm glad to go inside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. Listen, as we mentioned earlier, we are having the upcoming annual Eleuthera Business Outlook. We have one of our key speakers, always one of our key speakers, Thomas Sands, president of the Eleuthera Chamber of Commerce, here with us this morning. Good morning, Thomas. How have you been, my friend?
Good morning, good morning. I'm fine, thank you. I thank God for another day.
You know, I always say, you know, Eleuthera is the most beautiful place in the Bahamas. And the disclaimer is that, you know, whoever I have in from any island of Bahamas, I say the same thing. But for the purposes of this morning, Eleuthera is absolutely just one of the gems that we have here in our country. I haven't been there in so long, but good to see you're still at the helm. Good to see that the chamber is still progressing. And good to know that you'll be speaking once again at the Eleuthera Business Outlook.
Thank you, thank you. And we live in a beautiful country. We live in a beautiful place. We truly have to appreciate it, take care of it, and we have to have a strategic plan as to how we maximize the opportunities and maximize the benefits of where we are, where we live, and how we create futures.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the conversation's ongoing. Obviously, COVID, I imagine, is probably here to stay, right? I mean, this pandemic has affected us in so many different ways. But how has it been in Eleuthera? And what do you see really as the way forward as businesses continue to try to adapt during this period?
You know, I think it's very important that we first of all, we keep things real. You know, we don't get caught up in gloss, glamour, or publicity. The reality is that, you know, COVID really put us all on call. I mean, it was a stopgap for us all, something that we never expected. Even though historically it has taken place before, never in my lifetime had I experienced such a moment in time. Mm-hmm. And I think what is important is that, you know, we must learn from the past. We must figure out how we move forward and what is that strategic plan. We must evaluate our assets, and we do have some assets. But, you know, primarily for Eleuthera, you know, the shutdown, like everywhere else, was dramatic. Right. It was so unpredictable, with nobody understanding what would the future hold. And I think there was a point at which you questioned, how would we be able to move forward? A lot of businesses, you know, a lot have gone under. A lot will not recover. There are some who, as we went through the process, given that Eleuthera has been in a long-term recession for some time, as we look at the whole of Eleuthera, they went back to their instinctive position of trying to cut costs, trying to use their reserves. There were some that probably during the process, because we were hopeful that we were on the cusp of a growing economy prior to COVID, had started to reinvest gradually in improving and buying assets. They in turn probably have most likely sold most of those assets to try to survive through what was a very unpredictable time. Right. And even though we're seeing reopening here, and reopening is, again, it has been a positive thing for the economy of Eleuthera. It has overall indicated that Eleuthera is strong long-term, or has strong potential long-term, as the numbers returning to Eleuthera have been significant, and particularly in the north. I would say minimal in the south and minimal in the central and less in the south. But it shows the strength of the new evolving destination of the Bahamas, right? And the potential for the Bahamas. I think it's important that we evaluate that and we lay out what is our plan for the next 12 months, 24 months, 5, 10 years down the road, and we have strategically as a country, have to stick to the execution of a plan that makes sense. And we have to empower those businesses. We have to support existing businesses and new businesses so that any investment that takes place, we must retain as much of that foreign direct investment as we can so that we can move forward.
I mean, you talk about that foreign direct investment. I mean, we know there's been some controversy concerning one of them. That would be the development there at, with Disney at Lighthouse Point. In your opinion, what would, I mean, how do you weigh the pros and the cons? What do you see as some of the economic benefits of that development in particular for the island?
Well, first of all, I would say that I believe in process. I believe that there should be an application process. I think there should be a review process. I also think there should be timelines in reference to that. So we have had, in terms of the Disney project, close to 3 years of discussions. This journey started 3 years ago. And I think there was the opportunity, there has been the opportunity over 3 years for everyone to discuss the pros and the cons, for an application process from what I'm aware, that application process has taken place and there've been benchmarks along the way. That is, I believe in process. I think there's a big concern with resident Eleutherians at this particular point in time is, has the process been too long? 3 years of discussions around, and let's take away the name from it, right? But essentially a landowner, private landowner, comes to the Bahamas and says, I want to acquire a piece of property. They are then granted rights to acquire that piece of property. They then have a process where they say, this is how I'm going to develop it. And they present whatever documentation the Bahamas government requires. That process must be fair, unbiased, and must be governed accordingly for any investor. No matter who they are, no matter where they are. And if we want to encourage investment in the Bahamas, we must have a program that does not differentiate the location based on the applicant. Maybe there are unique environmental assessments that have to take place, and that should have taken place. I think the challenge in terms of growth and development of the island of Eleuthera, we are now at a point where we need to move forward either way. And there needs to be a clearly defined decision. There needs to be a clearly defined path. And I think it's even more critical today for that to take place.
Well, I tell you, Thomas, I mean, you definitely talk about the process, you talk about the infrastructure that's needed, you talk about the adjustments that we have to have, across all spheres, but particularly in our thinking to develop a model that's sustainable in the long run. You will be speaking next week, Thursday, August 12th at the Eleuthera Business Outlook. I imagine you'll be covering all of these points. Actually, before we get there, we talk about a hub, right? Can you just speak to that really quickly and what its purpose is?
Okay, so, again, my primary focus at Eleuthera Business Outlook is to focus on the idea of the hub.
Okay.
And the Eleuthera Business Hub, which was created by the Eleuthera Chamber of Commerce, has been focused on creating the infrastructure that is necessary for modern businesses in a modern world, to be able to have a place where small businesses can gather, where they can have office space. It's a shared workspace environment with the very latest in technology. And when we talk about infrastructure, yes, there are infrastructure, civil infrastructure, roads, docks, water supply, technology, all of that is essential. And, we're having discussions about infrastructure today. We've had discussions about infrastructure 5 years ago. The reality is we need to get the islands to where they need to be so that we can compete, in a global world. And so as a visitor, as an investor looks at the Bahamas and they look at a location like Eleuthera, they say, what does this destination have in comparison to the Cayman Islands, a Turks and Caicos? And so we as a people have to figure out where we're going, where are the growth opportunities in this country? And I think it's very clear that Eleuthera is identifying itself as one of the key players in the development of the future of this country. I think Exuma is also doing that. I think as Abaco comes back, it will retain its position. But outside of the cities of Nassau, where your growth going to take place, and what elements do you need to put in place to make sure that we execute that? So in terms of the business hub is focused on being a world-class facility that provides the level of infrastructure that is comparable to if I'm in Miami, if I'm in New York for a business, with a mix of, it is a managed business center, it's in a prime location, easily accessed with ample parking, shared workspaces, office spaces, training room, conference room, event space, and very, very importantly, through a partnership with KO Bahamas, we have fiber connectivity, 65 megabytes of fiber connectivity. And what we're pleased with is that it was a vision that the Eleuthera Chamber of Commerce started with. Our vision is to create 3 of these centers. This is the first one. And essentially our major donor, which is Disney Cruise Lines, believed in the vision and not for use of themselves, that it would have a greater impact on commerce on the island of Eleuthera. It is also the base where the Small Business Development Center operates from, and so they have an office here. As a sponsorship of Disney Cruise Lines, they have access to training rooms and other facilities to execute on the training of local people, training of local businesses, the facilities to support growth and development long term.
I'll tell you what, Thomas, that's excellent stuff. It sounds like a true PPP. The Eleuthera Chamber of Commerce, kudos to you and the team, and certainly looking forward to hearing from you next week. Thanks again, man, for being here.
Thank you. Take care. Good to see you.
All right, great. That's Thomas Sands. He's the president of the Eleuthera Chamber of Commerce. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
One thing, 2 things, blue thing, all things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're continuing our series with the Bahamas Professional Golf Association. Today we are blessed to be in beautiful Exuma at the Sandals Emerald Bay Golf Course, and we're going to be talking with the one and only Richard Gibson Jr., golf pro here at Sandals Emerald Bay, a good Eleuthera man. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, Mr. Gibson.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
A pleasure to have you with us. You see that smile, y'all? This is why, the mask has been covering it up, but so happy that we get to see it. Mr. Gibson, your story is just phenomenal. You've been playing golf for some 40 years, correct?
47 years.
47 years.
Yes.
Tell us that story. How did you get started moving from Deep Creek, Eleuthera, all the way to around the world with golf?
Well, first I got started back there in Deep Creek, Eleuthera, KP Eleuthera Golf Course. caddying, and then we run into someone by the name of Ken Venturi who taught us the game, and from there it just took off where we all obtained a golf scholarship to college in the United States, and from there it just took off.
The rest is history. Wow. And so, you were a young boy in Deep Creek getting balls off the golf course, reselling them to the tourists. Someone comes and they invest their time in you. And over the years, you've invested that time back into other people. Talk to us about your love of this game and then loving to see young people play the game as well.
Yes, this game really has been good to me. God would have blessed me well with this game. I love it. As far as bringing young people into the game, that's a passion of mine. Over the years, I was able to get 17 kids off to university in the United States, including my kids, Richard Jr. and Rochelle. They out there playing golf, good golfers. So yes, it's a passion of mine to get kids involved in this game.
All right. How do we keep that passion alive, Mr. Gibson? How do we get other people to take this game seriously and to really be invested in where it can take them?
Yeah, what we got to do is get out there and really sell it to them, get them to understand that there is a future in golf. Plus, you don't have to hustle around finding money for golf, for scholarships. You could just, get it through golf. You can play your way through this world. So, it's very important that we encourage the parents to be more than happy to get the kids, involved in golf, because, the sky is the limit when it comes to golf. Truly, I would have been all over the world free because of golf. So,
wow.
Yes, golf is it.
From Deep Creek, Eleuthera to all over the world because of golf, 47 years in this game. What do you say to young people to keep them focused, though? It seems like times are a bit different now than they were in your time in Deep Creek 47 years ago. There seems to be so much more distraction. So what do you say to young athletes about staying focused in order for them to achieve what you've achieved in golf?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. We have to continue to preach, stay focused. Find your call and find what it is that you love to do, you wanted to do in life, and stay focused. Move away from the television, move away from friends, and especially those that are not going anywhere. You want to stay focused, be around positive people. That was instilled in me growing up in Deep Creek, Eleuthera. Be around positive people, older people, and stay focused, and you will achieve.
Okay, stay focused and you will achieve. Be around positive people. I love those values I live by as well, Mr. Rich. Now, Mr. Rich, what do you enjoy most about being a golf pro now? So you've been on the professional circuit, you've played, and now you get to teach other people, including places here like Sandals, Emerald Bay, how to play golf. What do you enjoy about this experience?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a beautiful experience. What I enjoy most about golf is really getting out there, giving lessons, meeting new people every day, and then having the opportunity to really travel and go do other shows and encourage other people to let's play the game. You get to meet them all of the celebrity, everyone you get to meet. So that's what I love about it.
Okay, can anybody play golf? Is this a sport where if you just take your time, you listen, and you practice enough, can anybody play this game?
Anyone can play this game. They mightn't play it to that high level, but anyone can play this game. This game is nothing but time and patience. If you got time and you're patient, honestly and truly, you will survive in this game of golf.
Okay, so we're going to test my time and patience right now. It's a limited time on Sunrise, but Mr. Rich has promised to show me how to get my ball over. Now, this is what I love about Mr. Rich, right? He believed in me before I believed in myself. He brought me to what I think is the toughest hole that I've seen on Sandals Golf Course. I would try to get my ball from here to the other side of these rocks in this bay, and so we're going to do that right now. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Mr. Rich.
No problem. It's a pleasure being
here. All right,
so
let's see if I can make this happen.
All right, good. So first thing we're going to do is try and keep the ball as close, the club as close as we can to the ball. We got to go on and get the grip. The grip is very important when it comes to the game of golf. So we're going to take the club in our left hand. We're going to leave this finger free, interlock those two together, let all the fingers go on that, and you have a beautiful grip there. So I'm going to ask you to step back a little. Just go on and step back a little. Feet as wide as your shoulder. Think your shoulder's not that wide. Close it a little. All right, go on and take some practice swing.
All right, so my arms are interlocked like Mr. Rich taught me. I'm going to set up now so we can see that they're interlocked.
Very good.
Okay, and now I'm going to practice swinging.
Just take it back.
So I'm taking it back.
Come back through.
And I'm coming back through.
All right, let's try it on your own.
All right, take it back, come back through.
Swing the club, don't play with it.
Take it back.
Good, that's what I'm talking about. Let's try it.
Okay.
Good shot, beautiful, that's excellent, very good. You're not going to get it over there. Yeah, but that's good, that's it. Very good. Let's try it again.
That's our last ball, y'all.
Yes, that was very good. Let's try it again. Come on. Very good. Good shot. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Greatly
Mr.
appreciated,
Rich. Thank you.
All right.
That was an amazing lesson, and I honestly believe if I had some more time with Mr. Rich, I would get the ball to where it needs to go. So thank you to Mr. Rich, and thank you to the team here at Sandbills, including the one known as Snow, for making this all happen. A beautiful day to golf in the Bahamas. We'll be back with more Bahamas at Sunrise right after this commercial break.
Doctors Hospital is proud to introduce the Loyalty Advantage Membership Program, or LAMP. LAMP offers medical service discounts to new and existing Doctors Hospital patients. With membership starting as low as $20 per month, LAMP benefits include fee waivers for insured patients, discounts on inpatient and outpatient services, access to free imaging services, and much more. For a full list of benefits or to sign up for LAMP, visit doctorshos.com/LAMP. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Bahamas at Sunrise. We hope that you enjoyed the show. Once again, condolences goes out to the family of Robert Elliott Johnson. Bobby, a good friend here at the Consuls Limited. Again, for those persons who want to watch the service, you can go at Facebook, look for @Virtual Bahamas, beginning at 9:50 a.m. Saturday, August 7th. That's on Facebook at Virtual Funeral Bahamas, beginning at 9:50 a.m. Saturday. And also condolences to the family of Linda Riley. The graveside homegoing service will be held today. That's August 6th at Macedonia Baptist Church, right there on Burney Road, beginning at 11 a.m. You can stream that service also on YouTube. Listen, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Let's go 242 to the world. Let's go, Shanae. We'll see you soon. Be safe.